you were just on a trip.
Yes.
You guys went where?
So me and my friend Brian, he's actually from Mississippi.
Yes.
And I obviously live here in Orange County, California. Me and him have known each other for years. We thought, hey, it would be amazing to get a group of guys together, 5 of your friends, 5 of my friends. Let's meet up and let's do a spiritual, mental, emotional retreat.
Yeah.
And we all got together, pulled 5 guys on my side, he pulled 5 guys on his side, and we decided we were going to go out to the Grand Canyon and ride UTVs 400 miles, connect with nature, connect with God, connect with other individuals, turned in our phones, and literally had the trip of a lifetime. I mean, it was one of the best trips I've ever gone on, and you know, I highly advise for those that are out there, especially in this time that we've lived in right now, to be able to go and do something special with a couple different people, disconnect from the reality. It was so nice not to watch TV, not hear news, not be distracted by the phone. Obviously, I miss my wife and my daughter and my family very much. But it also gave me an opportunity to see how grateful I am for the things that I have, and how amazing God is. I mean, there's nothing better than falling asleep, 15 feet from the cliff of the Grand Canyon.
Amazing.
Watching the moon rise, seeing the stars above, dude, and waking up and seeing the sunrise. I mean, it was just an unbelievable experience.
So one of the things that I love is the connection between men. It was all men.
Yes, all men.
Turn in your phones. Just tell them for a minute how weird that felt to not have access to your phone for days.
Yeah, well, it's funny because we say, like, oftentimes a lot of us will try to be mindful and, hey, let's just leave the phone aside for the next couple hours and through it when I go to sleep, and then when I wake up I'll look at it again. But to actually turn your phone in, I was excited about it, but when it actually came time to doing it, it was creepy how hard it was and to see how attached I was to the phone.
Yes.
And it took a few hours to be like, there was times where, like, I thought my pocket was vibrating and I'm like, oh wait, I hear my phone. Like, it's just to see how much we rely on it.
Yes.
It was a very good aha moment of like, man, I really am dependent on this. And again, yeah, the technology is great, but it's also to see how reliant I am on it. It was kind of scary.
You know, Joseph, one of the things I love about what he's doing is he has so much balance in his life. You know, Ashley, his wife, that's my good friend. Your daughter, Delilah, she's growing up just amazing, right? And so you guys have a lot of family time together, but you also share about it. Tell them about the show that you guys have.
Yeah, so Ashley and I do a show, it's called Jaws, which the whole concept came from in the jaws of addiction. Like, usually when people are in it, it's hard to get out of it. And it also happens to be Ashley and mine's initials, J-A-W, Jason and Ashley Waller. But we basically show, we've had so many people reach out, on the Hills and on other platforms, we've been very vulnerable about our journey through recovery. But, so many people have reached out to us, what do they do for a loved one, or my husband, or my wife, or my daughter, or my kid, my uncle. And so we said, like, hey, look, instead of trying to answer all these questions because we want to get back to everybody, we thought it'd be good to show everybody what we do on a weekly basis on how we walk through it, because anything worth having is not easy, right? And I think a big part of it, though, is wherever there's an alcoholic or an addict, there's a codependent, and sometimes they're just as sick, if not sicker. Yeah. So it's important to see as the addict going through it, but also what Ashley has to do to support herself, and moreover, support our relationship and what it is that she's going through.
And the feedback's amazing because you really get into, the nitty gritty of what you guys go through, and Ashley's being very open.
Correct.
Right? To talk about what it's like to live with you as you're working through your process.
Yeah, and the biggest thing is because Ashley, when we met, the first 5 years of us being together, I was sober. She didn't know anything else but a sober Jason. And when I relapsed, all crap hit the fan, and she did not know what to do. And when I'm in active addiction, I am a professional manipulator, and I was able to dictate and do whatever I needed to do to continue in my addiction. And until she drew boundaries, drew the line, and got help for herself, she was not only no help for me, but more importantly, no help for herself.
Yeah. So The Hills is coming back. You guys start filming in November.
Yeah. Well, we actually started filming in January. COVID hits, stopped in March, and we just got the green light that we are going to be start shooting again the first week in November. So it is coming back.
The Hills is back.
You're gonna be a part of that, bro.
What is that? And that's a privilege.
Yeah, duh.
So the thing about The Hills is that the ratings were great because you guys had taken how many years off?
Geez, I hadn't been on it for many, many years, but the last show was done in like 2000 and, geez, I don't even know. That's a great question. Probably. Yeah. I want to say it's been like 10 years.
No, that's what they say. They say it was a decade. It was 10 years.
Yeah.
It came back, and then it was like a big splash. So it's
Yeah.
coming back for season 2.
It's coming back for season 2,
Okay.
but it's different. Everybody's grown up, and I think this season of the New Beginnings is going to be way better than the last season because a lot of people had to get to know each other. Everybody had to kind of get the dust off, and we also see who we connect with and bond with and who we don't. So it's going to be very, very interesting now that everybody's comfortable. It's almost like we needed to do a pre-shoot before the first season to get everybody connected again.
Oh yeah.
Because it was a little weird, but this season's definitely gonna be better.
So one of the cool things to Alex, one of his best friends in the world, Joseph,
Another best
is to be around Jason and to see how people respond to him because they remember him way back from Laguna Beach. Which life is interesting because some things you decide, some things you discover. And the Laguna Beach show, you didn't really decide that you just got discovered.
Yeah.
And it changed your life forever.
It did.
It was really one of the first reality shows that just exploded.
Well, and after just like looking at it and seeing what's come out in today's world, I mean, it revolutionized the way TV was done. I mean, the only other reality show that was out there was The Real World, and this was like the first soft scripted docu-series that really followed people's lives, and that's what you see. The Kardashians, you see the Real Housewives, you see Jersey Shore, you see all these different shows that came out of it. So it's really cool to look back and see, to be a part and have that opportunity to be a part of something like that. It's I have a lot of gratitude and I'm very grateful for the way things happen because it's also allowed me to be the person I am today and to provide insight and education around what it is that I've gone through. And there's a lot of people out there that struggle with mental health and substance abuse, and to have the platform to talk about it, it's amazing, and hopefully people can connect and know that there's hope out there.
I love it. Okay, last thing, we have a big event coming up.
October 24th, baby.
All right, and that is going to be?
That is actually our first ever Red Songbird Mental Health Summit. It's October 24th at 9 a.m. with dear friend Tim Storey here, who's going to be actually hosting it with some of his friends, some of his guests. You want to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, we're expecting probably about 200,000 people.
Yeah.
And so people that we're talking to about being on it is Randy Jackson, American Idol, Brent Bolthouse, entrepreneur, world shaker, Dylan McDermott, great actor, and so many other people. They're going to be a part. And the whole idea is we believe that we have answers to this dilemma. Is that correct?
We do. And it's also an opportunity for people to get connected. There are so many people out there that are struggling, whether it be through isolation, depression, suicidal ideation. There's so many people going through so many tough times that we want to have this opportunity to try to bring some insight, bring some education, but hopefully you guys will take away a solution.
I love it. So Alex, for more information, how do they find out?
More information, we'll have it on the Red Songbird Foundation website, redsongbird.org, and registration opens Saturday.
redsongbird.org. Register on there. Be a part of the solution. Let's change some lives.
Life is good. Last question. Do you think my golf game can improve?
You have nothing but improvement. Only this way, baby.
Life is good.
That windbreaker, though.
Whoa, what do you mean, bro? We out.
Boom. Look at that. Look at that. Whoa.
Ooh, that's fresh off the press.
Dude, it's crisp. I need to break it in a little bit.
Chris.
You know what I'm saying?
Life is good. We got to go.
If you want another awesome video in our Black Excellence series, check out the video right there next to me. I think you'll enjoy it. Continue to believe, and I'll see you there.